What's going on, Sports Wars? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost and GeeksGamers.com, and we continue to see the destruction of the mainstream sports media and the people who are most responsible for it, the people who are most largely to blame for places like ESPN going fully and completely woke, continue to try to pass that blame on. They don't want to accept responsibility for it. They will try to find anyone else they can to blame for their failings. When we look at ESPN, when we look at Fox Sports 1, when we see the ratings that have just absolutely tanked as they have made everything about identity politics and race baiting, we see the rise in places like Sports Wars or Black and White Sports, any alternative type of independent sports coverage. That's what people are tuning into right now because they are done with the mainstream. And you have people like Jemele Hill, who has been an absolute failure everywhere she's gone and has continued to play the victim. Jemele Hill, who cannot get ratings because people don't want to listen to her because she doesn't really know a lot about sports. And on top of that, she's going to try to make you feel like a piece of garbage and that you don't belong if your politics, if your thoughts don't align with the far left echo chamber that she resides in. You can see the article from Bobby Burack. Jemele Hill calls Clay Travis an idiot. And on top of this, she tries to blame Clay Travis specifically for her being fired from ESPN. This is absolutely hilarious. This ESPN drama is intense. It's costing people jobs, people getting some people paid, probably getting some people paid, like Maria Taylor, getting other people labeled as racists, and making a lot of people laugh. This story goes beyond just Maria Taylor and Rachel Nichols, with the likes of Jalen Rose's daughter and Clay Travis now involved. Wait, Clay Travis? Jemele Hill continues to inject herself in the story by claiming that ESPN likes black faces, but not black voices. And because of the terrible racism at the network, Hill says the idiot Clay Travis ruined her show before it got canceled. And of course, she's talking to Dan Le Batard. Dan Le Batard, who left ESPN because he wanted to create a woke far left sports, like it not even pretending to be any kind of centrist like ESPN does. We know ESPN's woke as shit. Dan Le Batard wanted to go even further. So he's now creating his own little liberal upstart sports network. We'll see how that goes. This is Jemele Hill. Thinking about my situation, they, ESPN, were reacting to a moment then, Hill said. That moment said people didn't want to hear any political talk, any racial talk, any social justice talk. Not that that was something Mike and I were doing every day on SportsCenter. We weren't. No, you absolutely are. Jemele Hill, anytime you come up anywhere, you talk about that because that's all you know how to talk about. You only know how to drive racial division. That's all you're good at. That's the only talent you have. And people tuned out because of that. People didn't want to hear it. Not only that, but another reason you're fired we'll get into as well. The tweets that you decided to put out. They let a false narrative persist about our show that people ran away with. They let idiots in the room control the conversation. People like Clay Travis. They allowed those people to direct their course of action. They panicked and suddenly they were very intentional about the things that they were doing in our show. They wanted black faces. They didn't necessarily want black voices. So trying to blame people like Clay Travis for her show being canceled. I will say that maybe there's a little bit of truth because if people like Clay Travis and other people that pushed against it hadn't said anything, maybe they would get away with it. Maybe people wouldn't have realized what they were doing, but they did because some people called you out, Jemele Hill. People called you out for your actions. People called you out for things like this. When you're talking about Kid Rock saying he loves black people so much that he pandered to racists by using a flag that unquestionably stands for dehumanizing black people, lies, and then says Donald Trump is a white supremacist who has largely surrounded himself with others. What the fuck? These are the reasons that you got fired. These are the reasons that ESPN had no choice in the matter because you put out things that were so absolutely stupid, so absolutely retarded that they couldn't help but fire you. And you remember what she was saying about Jerry Jones and the Cowboys when she went on this little tirade. Jerry Jones has created a problem for his players, specifically the black ones. If they don't kneel, some will see them as sellouts. We have to go back a little bit. We go back a little bit saying, or how about not patronizing the advertisers who support the Cowboys? You can watch and do that, right? And then saying if you feel strongly, boycott his advertisers. some of these people who also advertise with ESPN. And that ultimately was really what did you in, wasn't it, Jemele Hill? The fact that you told people to boycott ESPN's own advertisers, because when you start affecting their bottom line in that way, that is a big problem. That's the reason why you are where you are, Jemele Hill. That's why you keep bouncing from place to place, because no one wants anything to do with you, because you are an absolute failure. You're only relevant so people like us can fucking clown on you. That is the only way you get any attention nowadays. Look at some of these other things. Jemele Hill, Donovan McNabb to host dishonest special on discrimination against black quarterbacks. Jemele Hill calls another person a white supremacist white dude. Jemele Hill is a piece of shit. She can blame Clay Travis as much as she wants. Ultimately, it was her own fault that she got fired. If you are so woke you get fired from ESPN, that is a ridiculous sentiment, to be honest with you. It has nothing to do with trying to silence black voices. It had a lot to do with the things that you did, Jemele. What do you guys think about all this? Let me know in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.